are special. And it's another hero that does provide the vision. Tombstone zombies, great to work with Glimpse.
Yeah, it does nicely against Axe as well. The one sad thing is you don't have Disable now out of your find position, which means that Axe can't cut creep waves against you. He just can't farm those creep waves very well when a die comes to attack. But he can still do pulling shenanigans.
J-Storm still have the availability for their CK that they had favored so heavily earlier on in the tournament.
I think the scary part about CK, I always love CK, I'll never say no to it. The scary part is that you're a long cooldown hero. And that it feels like Naga Siren in a way, the way TNC drafts it, where they can run it 1 or 3. It's like... Yeah. It doesn't feel real good.
Yeah.
The TNC are in good spirits right now. Look at them. All happy. And then the J-Storm side. Do you know what I went through that game? Do you know how many arrows I hit?
So, the triple arrow hit 3 different heroes, still lost the fight. Oh.
Which is a shame because J-Storm did play really well that game and they should be happy with their performance, but no one's happy after losing a 70-minute game versus an Alchemist.
So you see your one matchup, do you like Naga against that in the one, or would you rather play Naga offlane against the CK?
I think it's still based off of the Leshrac, I'm leaning more towards it being. Because unless J-Storm really swerve and this is a 4 lash, and they're going to go and last pick up some mid, which again, they don't have the full last pick, so
Yeah, TNC will know what the situation is.
Yeah. So this is likely going to be some sort of 4 position.
Maybe if you can anticipate it's going to be counters that.
Oh, so they were afraid actually. Sorry, I just noticed that the DK bans, they think it is going to be like a 4 lash, and then some mid heroes still left.
Yeah, I mean, Moose had run the Lesh earlier in the tournament.
Yeah. It does feel like an Axe Lash lane is really scary to play against for any safe lane or two. And, banning out that Life Stealer, it's one of those heroes that would have a natural escape from the stun possibly. Although, a little bit less likely when you get an Axe call to start it all off.
And again, if you're J-Storm, you have to commit, right? You have to be able to show your full lineup, and now you have no counters to what could be a safe lane pick from TNC. So again, you can't really over commit to this concept. So it's going to be the Gabby Naga Siren. They're going to run the KP Venomancer that's been so good against these Voids, Chaos Knights. What else have they drafted up against?
I think of it more as like a thing to enable their core, which is usually it was the Earthshaker. I don't know if I feel as scared. I definitely feel as scared with the Naga Siren. I don't know if the Naga Siren is enough. They've already got some answers to it. I think J-Storm's got this game. I think it can pull it out.
I don't know. I think I look at the laning phase. The thing is TNC's always really good about this Venomancer. The way they draft it, they always hardcore win their offlane. Or by 8 minutes, they've really done really well for themselves. Maybe not in the first 3 or 4. I see Venomancer and Thunderstrike Spammer laying a lot of damage onto 9.
Well, he's
he
got a
have that
name.
trade-off,
It's
right?
called Disruptor, alright? He's got more than one thing.
Oh, sorry, it's safe lane. It's safe lane Leshrac and mid. Mid Chaos Knight. So that's a nice adjustment now because you don't feel good about your Venomancer. That's really cool because J-Storm, remember the wiggle room?
Yeah.
You don't have that wiggle room when you don't have the last pick against this Naga Siren. Well, they did give themselves an out, which was the lane swap.
So, mid CK?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I think because of the sustain from your E, you're probably okay against a lot of range heroes.
Marmel might
Can't
give
say
him
I've ever.
business. He might give him a little
I'd probably stick with TNC here just because they're because they have a core Leshrac to try and deal with Nagasaki.
And famously, Core Leshrac has been one of the go-to heroes against illusion-based heroes. We always saw it Secret picking it versus Phantom Lancer all the time for mid one.
That's why for me it was so unlikely for it to be 4 position because it's so good against Nagasaki.
Yeah.
You're like, we kind of have to do this as a mid laner, just to counterpick one of their cores. Even if it ends up being a 3, we've at least dealt with it. You have to address that threat. So.
All right. No overwhelmingly OP heroes make it through in this draft, but we will see if J-Storm are able to recover after a grueling game 1 as we pass it over to our casters again, Odie, Pixel, and Grey Grant.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tsunami. Game 2 of TNC versus J-Storm. Of course, TNC being up a game at the moment. Are we going to see a 2-0? What do you reckon? Looking at this, you draft what, some Naga Sirens, some Venomouse, some good old TNC classics.
It really is, and I always see these games like, you have a favorite team, TNC, one that's probably heavy favorites over J-Storm, and it is a very close, long game 1. And I've seen this time and time again. You're like, man, this looks close, and then the next game is just a beat down. And I'm looking at this, and you kind of mix it up, right, with this Chaos Knight going middle, but I'm pretty sure Lena does pretty damn good again. I'm curious to see how 9 plays it, because we talked last game. 9 does like playing those kind of strange heroes like the Penguins and whatnot.
No, I think I would have to agree. It's definitely like where I could see Armel playing it very nicely against that. I think, we're going to see First Blood. I mean, this would certainly help 9. If you're able to send 9 off to the mid lane with a First Blood, if they can get it, obviously March getting a lot of strengths built up with the decay. They will knock him back. They want to give this to the CK, and there we go. The Chaos Strike passive hits in, and 9 will be able to claim it. So that's a great little bit of a starter for the mid Chaos Knight. Be up against Armel, being a melee hero. There's always going to be those light strike arrays that Armel's going to be able to use wisely to sort of mess with him around the range creeps. And we've seen 9, even in that last game where we had the 9 slot against the Armel Ember in a matchup that the slot should be favoured in 9, he still sort of fell behind in the lane. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Armel have a lead. What that sort of means for the rest of the game, though, who knows? Because I think for the most part, last game, 9 was he had a really good game sense of how to play the game after the laning stage. It's just in the lanes, he's not going to blow you away.
Yeah, he's not. I do like Fear helped him block middle, and I think it was kind of strange because Armel didn't block that hard. I think because he's like, oh, the CK's over not getting a kill, or he's off getting a kill, so no one's going to block, and then it's a very nice block by Fear and him, so he gets level 2 super early. It's a nice little thing there. And KP on this Venos, they talked about this hero, the first few levels, whatever, you can do it, but you get those level 4 and 5s, and this hero can be quite the nuisance.
Oh yeah, and it's just this incredibly infuriating hero to lane with, especially in the right sort of pairings. And between the two of them, there's going to be a lot of spam and a lot of catch, between the slows and the glimpse backs there. They're going to be able to hold you down in the top lane, TNC.
They just see Gale flying. Moose actually, okay. I thought he might commit a little bit harder, but lets him go. And already, I mean, it's a range here, but you just hit that Gale, you hit him once with a poison sting. There goes about a fourth of your life.
Looking down on the bottom lane, March on his Undying, doing his best to make the safe area for Gabby once again to be farming on the safe lane. And so far, doing a good job of beating the two at the back. Mid lane though, first couple of waves, 9, he's been crushing it. Does have the edge against Armel at the moment. We'll see if that changes as the levels go on. But as it is with those first few waves, 9 off to a great start.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, CK, you do have 4 armor, and as I talked about the Chaos Strike, it is just, you get a solid amount of heals, and with that good block, but now you see Armel just right-clicking him. He's going to be able to do that a lot easier with the points and fiery souls. Yeah,
it sort of depends on how the match checks out, rather than, is Armel going to be able to harass him much harder than 9's able to rely on that passive heal?
So it should be reasonably slow. I think First Blood more than likely will cut bottom. I mean, you have a Shadow Shaman Axe, which is scary, and